October the 19th, funnel caps and toughshanks. Walking into a wood this month, you are often confronted with fungi that are funnel-shaped. Many wild fungi have a slight funnel shape, but with the funnel caps, Clitocybe species, it is the first thing you notice. There are in the region of 50 different species in southeast England, but only really 10 of these are commonly encountered. As a group, they are relatively easily recognized, not just because of their shape, but also because of their crowded gills that run partially down the stem, and their unusually firm yet slightly flexible flesh. They can be white or cream, but are mainly various shades of tan brown and usually found on soil in woodlands. The light tan-coloured common funnel cap, Clitocybe gibba, is one of the most common of all London fungi. Its slightly darker close relation, the tawny funnel cap, Clitocybe flaccida, is not quite so common, but also well distributed. Funnel caps are always worth smelling in the field, as this can help with their identification. The most well-known for scent is the aniseed toadstool, Clitocybe odora, which not only has a strong smell of aniseed, but is also an unusual shade of blue-green. Its scent is so strong it was in the past dried, powdered, and used as a condiment. Others smelling of aniseed are Clitocybe fragrans, which is a yellow-brown, and the much darker Clitocybe suaveolens, usually found under conifers. Many others smell sweet or mealy, but two white species, Clitocybe hortonii and Clitocybe candicans, have the distinct smell of crushed tomato leaves. The rarer Clitocybe inornata is said to smell of caraway seeds or radishes. All white funnel caps should be regarded with some suspicion, as there are two common poisonous ones: the ivory funnel cap, Clitocybe dealbata, and the fool's champignon, Clitocybe rivulosa. The main problem is that they are often found growing in grass, among edible fairy ring mushrooms, and even within their rings. If Clitocybe dealbata is accidentally eaten, blurred vision and twitching can occur in less than 30 minutes. Both are small ivory-coloured funnel caps. When fresh, Clitocybe rivulosa has what looks like powdered flour on its cap surface, and when older it looks dried and wrinkled. Clitocybe dealbata has a much more silky cap surface and inrolled margin and smells of meal. Much larger and more impressive funnel caps are the clubfoot, Clitocybe clavipes, and the trooping funnel cap, Clitocybe geotropa. The first is easily recognized by its excessively swollen stem base. It is also one of the fungi which, if eaten, reacts badly with alcohol. Clitocybe geotropa is marked out by its impressively large size and tall, pillar-like stems. It is usually white or buff and found in impressive troops or rings. These rings have been known to reach 800 meters across and are believed by some to be several thousand years old. If any darker funnel caps are found, they are likely to be either Clitocybe ditopa or Clitocybe libacina. If dark russet and felted, Clitocybe squamulosa, and if cream-coloured with a very wavy edge, Clitocybe philophila. Clitocybe dicolour often stands out being pale tan with a dark eye, as does Clitocybe hydrogramma with its bizarre smell of chicken coops. Compared with funnel caps, toughshanks are far more rubbery and fibrous. They also tend not to smell and, on the whole, are more reddish-brown. Long stems with hairs at the base and convex caps are also typical features. Above all, it is the tough, elastic, unyielding stems which you notice first when you handle them. There are 20 or more species in southeast England, of which half are widespread, but only really 5 we see a lot around London. Possibly the most common is the russet toughshank, Collybia dryophylla, also called penny tops, due to its flattened caps, which can be various shades of brown, set delicately on the top of its thick, thorn stems. It's been confused with the fairy ring champignon, although that grows in grassy areas, whereas the russet toughshank prefers woodland. It is the penny-like caps that usually give it away. Another toughshank that can be very common in London in some years, but not in others, is the woollyfoot, Collybia perenata. When fresh, its cap is usually a leather brown and its stem yellow, but as it ages, it usually looks a dried pale brown and is often wrinkled. Many Toughshanks have woolly hairs at the base of their stems, but in this case they are usually very noticeable and often white. If there is difficulty in identification, it also has a spicy minty scent and is acrid to taste, both unusual features among Toughshanks. Also common in mixed woodland is the clustered Toughshank, Collybia confluens. Its clustered habit, where all its stems bases are joined together, is its most helpful indicator. It also has slightly felty grey convex caps and equally felty deeper brown stems. The two most impressive Toughshanks commonly seen are the spotted Toughshank, Collybia maculata, and spindleshanks, Collybia fussipes. In conifer wood on the Surrey border, such as Ockham Common, large impressive rings of the former are quite common. It has rusty spots on its pure white caps that increase in number as it ages. It is probably the toughest, most elastic mushroom you are ever likely to encounter, bouncing back to its original shape even when twisted. Although edible, these features make it quite indigestible. With spindleshanks, it is the shape and colour and range of colours that catch our attention. Its cap can vary from brown to a mahogany colour, and its stems that taper very narrowly to their base, like spindles, often have some purple mixed among the browns. Its convex cap always seems to look misshapen, as if it were not quite able to open. It also is tough and rubbery, but it's found in distinct clumps on oak and beech stumps rather than on the woodland floor. Rather less common is the red-stemmed toughshank, Collybia erythropus. It is another species similar to Collybia drophila, but in this case with a much deeper fox-red stems. Other toughshanks can be difficult to separate, but sometimes colour can help a little. Collybia confusa is more of a clay brown. Collybia fusco-purpurea is even darker and slightly purple. Collybia aquosa is yellowish ochre, and Collybius oreodoides even has a little pink. Although scents are not really a feature of this group, Collybia rancida smells strongly of rancid oil. Lastly, there is another group, a small group of toughshanks which choose to live on the dead fungi. Collybia tuberosa is tiny, white, and found on the dead caps of the blackening Russula nigricans. Collybia cookii is also white, but prefers to live on dead bracket fungi, and Collybia serrata, which can sometimes be luminous, prefers the honey fungus. Most unusual of all is Collybia racemosa, which not only has bizarre side shoots on its stem, but also chooses to grow in old urine patches